Alright guys, so we are up to question 2 of the 2007 paper. So we need to show this that 1 minus cos theta all over sine theta is equal to tan theta on 2. That's what we need to do. To do this, you need to realize that cos theta, if you remember your cos rules, so I'm going to write it inside brackets. Cos theta, you can actually write it as 2 cos squared theta on 2 minus 1. You probably remember the cos 2 theta formula, but there's nothing stopping me from saying, hey, maybe I can write this as part of theta on 2. Okay, so that's the trick for this question. And also you can write sine theta with the same idea, where you go 2 sine theta on 2 times cos theta on 2. So this is my left hand side. So I should probably write LHS equals that. So okay, now what do we do? Okay, so this 1, I have a minus 1, so it's a 2. And remember, there's a 2 all over, so I can probably just divide the entire equation by 2. So I end up with 1 minus cos squared theta on 2 all over sine theta on 2 times cos theta on 2. So all I did was divide top and bottom by 2, okay? Because 1 minus 1 becomes 2. So the top is going to be 2 minus 2 cos squared theta on 2, and the bottom is exactly the same. So all I did was take out the factor of 2. Alright, now this part of the equation should be, if you remember, cos squared plus sine squared is equal to 1. So therefore, this part is equal to sine squared theta on 2. Now you should be starting to see what I'm getting at. So sine squared theta on 2, and the bottom part is sine theta on 2 times cos theta on 2. Right. This cancels out with the power. Okay, so I end up with sine theta on 2, and now this is equal to tan theta on 2. Right, problem solved. Okay, so that was part A. Part B. Okay, part B. Now we're getting into a bit more fun stuff. So 2 times cos inverse of x. Okay. Now you got to remember now. You got to figure out what the domain of x is going to be. So this is not cos x, it's cos inverse x. If I'm taking inverse cos or something, that number has to be between 1 and minus 1. So x. So when I draw the axes, draw in red. X is going to be between minus 1 and 1, right? And that's it. When x is equal to 1, so the question you got to ask is which value of cos x. So if you want to think about it, cos y gives me x, right? So it's going to be 0, right? The cos, if you remember the normal cos, so it starts off here. Okay, 0, 1, minus 1. That's pi on 2. Okay. Now, what was I? So at 1, this value was 0. Okay, so that's why I have point over there. And when it's 0, it's pi on 2. And when it's minus 1, it's pi. Okay, so that's what I end up with. So pi on 2 times, and this value is pi. But remember we have this 2 over here. Okay, so what happens is these values get doubled. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So whatever y value you would normally observe, it gets doubled. So this value is going to be just pi, and this value is going to be 2 pi. Right, so this value up here. Okay. Sketch the range of fx. So for part 2, state the range. So the range of fx. So fx is between 0 and 2 pi. Alright? Okay. So back to black. Part C. Okay. These questions are pretty common. So you need to find the values of a and b. Find the values of a and b. Yeah. So so px is equal to x squared plus ax plus b, and this is 0 at x equals 2. So the polynomial of 2, so in this case 2 squared is 4 plus 2a plus b is equal to 0. Okay, so this should give you one equation that goes 2a plus b is equal to minus 4. And then when px is divided by x plus 1, the remainder is 18, which means if I put p to the power of minus 1, if I put p to the power of minus 1, I should end up with 18. So in this case it becomes 1 minus a plus b is equal to 18. Okay, so this is fairly standard stuff to do. You should know this by now. So moving things around, it should be minus a plus b is equal to 17. Now you have two equations. That equation there, that equation there. To solve it, I guess I could add them up. Alright, so if I call this 1, second one 2, adding equations 1 and 2, I end up with a is equal to, sorry. Okay, let me read that. 1 minus 2, I end up with, what is it? So it's going to be 3a is equal to minus 4 minus 17 is minus 21, and a is equal to minus 7. Okay, and b, so therefore b should be equal to, so let's probably just write the answer out. I think most of you guys can do simultaneous equations. B should be equal to 10. Okay, so a is minus 7, b equals 10. Alright, we'll stop there and then we'll come back to the next part of the question.